Hey guys, Joe from Barnett Archery. Today we're going to walk you through what's in the Wildcat CRX box and the assembly video. So to get started, we've got the stock, we've got the front end, we've got the limb assembly, we've got a side mount quick attach quiver with 2 bolts, we have our string suppressors, we have the needed hardware, we've got the red dot scope and the neoprene cover for it, and last but not least, the rope cocker. So we'll go ahead and jump in. The first step, you want to grab the stock and attach the front end assembly. So as you can see here, there's a few little grooves and a nose bolt. It drops down over, and we've got the nose bolt to drop in. You'll see there, I'll flip that up. That drops in, and an Allen key. We'll go ahead and snug that up with the Allen key vertical, and then drop it to its side to give it a last quarter to half turn. All right, and give that last little crank. All right, now that we've got the front end on, we're then going to attach the string suppressors. So you'll see the string suppressor here is the attachment and the rubber piece. It's a pre-threaded screw, and it goes on the front portion of the stock here. So it'll go in the furthest slot, and then the one that's set up for the second. You want to make sure that these are nice and snug, but don't over torque them. And also you'll see the way they're oriented is with the concave side heading down to where the actual suppressor sits up slightly above the rail. We'll go ahead and attach the second. Again, you're going to want the forward-most hole there. All right, now that the string suppressors are on, we'll go ahead and attach the limb. So when attaching the limb, you'll see that there's an indicator here for center, and then when we close this front end assembly, there will be a notch there to where you can make sure that it remains centered. So we'll go ahead, drop that into the slot, pull it over the string suppressors, line up the white mark, and then go ahead and close that front end, and then we'll put in the 2 Allen screws. Drop those in there. Again, reconfirm that the limb is centered, and we will go ahead and tighten those 2. I'll hand tighten both, and then I will go back to each end. Cranking them down just a bit more. All right, now that the limb is on, we will go ahead and attach the red dot. This is a 3-dot red dot, and you want to drop it on. I typically like to put it somewhere in the middle of the Picatinny rail. Based on your preference, go ahead and shoulder the crossbow and put it where it's nice and comfortable for you personally. So we drop that on. We use the supplied Allen key to snug up the 2 Allen screws. On this red dot, be sure to not, when you're loosening the mounting bracket, be sure to not take the Allen screws out too far. It is spring loaded, and the springs, if you take the Allen screws out too far, you run the chance of the springs popping out. So you just take them far enough to seat it on the Picatinny rail. Make sure that it sits flush, and the 2 posts, the 2 screws sit down into the Picatinny rail slots. Again, you also see that this came with a neoprene scope cover, red dot cover. No need to put it on now, but that will protect that from the elements. We'll then go ahead and mount the quiver. For a right-hand shooter, you're going to want to mount the quiver on the right-hand side. For a left-handed shooter, you're going to want to mount the quiver on the left-handed side. So we will go ahead and flip this over. It'll make the installation easier. When I flip it over, the right-handed side happens to be on the left side. So the key to this is to install this bracket, this quick detach bracket, with the Allen key facing down. Down if you're shouldering the crossbow. So go ahead. Snug that up. Don't over tighten this Allen screw. Snug for sure, but don't over tighten. Okay, at that point, we'll go ahead and throw a couple arrows into this quiver. The grippers on our quivers with our, so these are 2 Headhunter 20-inch arrows, standard diameter. They're snug. They're snug for a reason, so that if they loosen over time, they still hold your arrows properly. Go ahead, add those. So again, it is a quick attach. So you push the button there, you've got the 2 posts, and you drop it in. Note that the gripper, so the second gripper, and the mounting post do slide up and down the rails here, so you can adjust it a little bit to give yourself a little bit more clearance for your trigger finger. Last in the box is the rope cocker, and we will do another video on how to cock the Wildcat CRX and actually to see it in action as well. So thank you again for choosing Barnett. Thank you for choosing the Wildcat CRX, and have a great day.